I'm John Howard, and in today's short video, I'm going to cover the subject of how to invest your first $10,000 according to Warren Buffett. Everybody, I've been doing a lot of videos on real estate content lately, and I wanted to cover the subjects of something smaller, like how to get to invest your first $10,000. So this subject is a lot of research on this matter of how Warren Buffett says to invest your first $10,000. Quote, although investing can be a great way to gradually increase your wealth and secure your financial future, it can also be daunting if you're just getting started. That's a quote by Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett built all his wealth from investing. When Warren Buffett began investing in 1942, he had just $114.75, and he purchased 3 shares of Citi's Services preferred stock at a price of about $38 each. Within a few weeks, the stock's value had fallen to $27, but he kept the stock, selling it for $40 later that year. At the age of 14, he had $1,000 saved up for investments. Warren Buffett's net worth in 2025 is over $100 billion. Over $140 billion. And at 95 years old, he's still the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, a U.S. holding company with a market cap over $1 trillion as of 2025. So here you are with your first $10,000. Do you invest it, or do you allow it to become a burning hole in your pocket? Even though this amount of money right now might not seem very significant for large purchases, with careful long-term investing, you could still develop it into a very nice little nest egg like Buffett did. We'll show you how to invest your first $10,000 and position yourself for long-term financial success in this video and reveal Warren Buffett's investment secret to you. One of the things that must be considered is to buy stocks. Warren Buffett's approach to investing involves finding a small, high-quality company with strong fundamentals and holding them for a very long time, or for the long term. In fact, Warren Buffett says that when he makes an investment, he always hopes that he never has to sell it. He thinks that by doing this, investors can benefit from long-term wealth building potential of compound interest. Berkshire Hathaway is the investment holding company Warren Buffett has owned since 1965, during which time the shares have increased 5,500,000% in value, largely because of the power of compound interest. Here's another quote. The compound effect is the principle of reaping huge rewards from a series of small, smart choices. That's another quote from Warren. Buffett became a millionaire when he was 32 years old in 1962, but 99% of his current net worth was acquired after he was 50 years old, proving that he had been a superb investor since he was 24 years old and that he continued to make money off of his investments well into his 80s and 90s. His net worth increased from $1.4 billion from when he was 56 years old to $3.8 billion at the age of 59. This demonstrates that he has gained more in just 3 years than he did his entire 56-year life prior to when he made that money, right? From 56 to 59. So he made more from 56 to 59 than he did his entire life before 56. He also experienced a $30 billion net worth growth between the years of 83 years old and 91 years old, which indicates that he gained approximately $4 billion on average per year during that time, or more than he would have throughout the previous 59 years put together. Coca-Cola is one of Buffett's most well-known investments. He made a $1 billion investment in the business in 1988, which was around 6.2% of his overall portfolio at the time. Today, compound interest has played a significant role in the value of that investment, which is now worth over $20 billion, and he received $704 million in dividends in just 2022 from this original investment. Buffett has kept this stock for more than 30 years while reinvesting the income. So what, you may ask, is compound interest? Compound interest is a strong financial concept that enables you to earn interest on both your initial investment and the interest that has already been accrued on that investment. This implies that if you leave your money invested for a long time, your investment will rise exponentially. To better understand compound interest, let's use an example. If you invest your $10,000 or this $10,000 at 5% annual interest rate, you will earn $500 in interest in the first year, bringing your total balance to $10,500. In the second year, you will earn 5% interest on your initial $10,000, as well as the additional $500 earned as interest in the first year. This will result in $525 in interest in the second year, bringing your total balance to $11,025. Compound interest has tremendous power since it can grow your money over time. Your returns will increase when your money is invested for a longer period, and with a higher rate due to compound interest. For instance, your original $10,000 investment will be worth $662,117.72, assuming a 15% annual interest rate, and you allow it to compound over 30 years. Your initial $10,000 will be worth $40,455.58 at the end of 10 years. Then it will accumulate to $163,665.37 by the end of 20 years. And then the $662,117.72 in total after 30 years of compounding. What should you do with your first $10,000? Find a way to invest in something that you would never want to sell and has the potential to compound at 15% or more annually. It probably is not easy, and it probably doesn't sound easy, but as you may see, it is possible. Both Warren Buffett and his late longtime business partner, Charlie Munger, are credited for noting what to look for in small, valuable businesses. The company and industry should be within your circle of competence. That's one. Number two, you should know the company's intrinsic value. Number three, the business should have repeat and recurring customers. Number four, you should consider the management of the company. Number five, you should understand the financial standing of the company. So there is some of the research and what Warren Buffett has to say about your first $10,000. Everybody, I've been talking a lot about real estate. I actually have been doing short and medium-term furnished rentals for the last 2 decades. Also, during that time frame, I have launched and operated 4 different businesses that got up to 7 figures and beyond during that time. The reason I highlight that is because even during that time, I owned or operated 5 different short and medium-term rentals. And what I can say is, it's certainly something that's very manageable to do. And the one thing that's nice about short and medium-term furnished rentals is they typically carry a lot higher average rents or yearly rental income than, let's say, long-term unfurnished rents. I'm doing some investment content as well because I've also been an investor for a long time, but it seems to make sense to cover subjects of like how to get to your first 100K or how to invest your first 10,000 because it is going to be, somewhat difficult to do a real estate deal if you don't have any capital at all. Now, you can do it. Even if you don't have good credit and you don't have money, you can work with partners to do your first real estate deals. You can also do things like become a real estate agent or, be a wholesaler, which is really just, flipping contracts. You get a property under contract and you flip it. But nonetheless, you still can be a real estate investor if you don't have the money and you don't have the credit. In that case, you would have to actually have partners, maybe work with some family and friends on your first real estate deals. Everybody, one reason why I highlight, real estate is because it is, certainly a way, as long as you use an investment property, not necessarily living in it, but an investment property, it is a very good way to actually, amass yourself a solid net worth over years, because you could be doing other things, like in my case, running businesses and having some really good years and then some really flat years. And then the beauty of compound interest and wealth compounding can actually work in your favor for real estate, because with real estate, you can make that investment and then you get 5 benefits. Those benefits are rental income and cash flow, appreciation. You get the beauty of amortization or loan pay down. You also get the ability to borrow against that property, your property equity in the future if you need. And then lastly, you get the benefit of tax savings, which could be massive, tax savings. They just brought 100% depreciation back if you do short-term furnished rentals and get active income offset. So if you are interested in considering or getting into real estate investing, you'll see some links in the description area. In those links, I have just a product. It's called SMTR Launch Kit. Very basic, very simple, very inexpensive. You can actually click on it. You can go to it. You'll also see my email address in the the description. Do very basic email coaching per month. Again, very inexpensive. In the event that you want to potentially work with somebody that maybe is a little bit more of an expert, in that realm, and maybe have some guidance from an expert. Also, I work with a lot of different like medium-term rental co-hosts, so it's always good to kind of expand your network. Okay, everybody, hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you like that video, you can consider giving the video a like. You can also consider subscribing to the channel. Or if you know somebody that is interested in this sort of investing content or is interested in getting into real estate investing, you can forward them this video. Okay, thank you very much and have a great day.